It's time for the Steve and Kyle podcast with Steve.
What am I, some fancy elitist living in the penthouse?
Yeah, right.
No, we're going to be ringing a triangle at supper time.
Yeah, supper time, and I feel like you constantly have a long sleeve shirt with sleeves rolled up when you announce it at supper time.
I mean, I'm a working man.
Obviously.
I'm down in the trenches.
We've talked about this for upwards of 6 hours that morning.
Digging ditches.
And Kyle.
We've got a nice chair in the corner.
I love that chair.
I think that's going to be perfect, Steve, for when we start auctioning off sit-ins.
This is my house, you know.
Yeah. No, I mean, we should do the old bag over the head.
Okay, so we'll pick them up a couple miles from here, spin them around a few times.
Yep. And then hit them in the head with a bat. You know how the Disney bat raise works?
I'd be willing to do that.
Now, here they are, two guys who are living in style, Steve and Kyle.
Thank you, Melissa. I'm still kind of on board with that. The idea of having a sit-in here, but picking them up at a neutral site.
Right. And then hitting them in the head with a baseball bat.
I don't know about the violence part of it.
Well, I mean, we agreed on the Disney bat race aspect, right?
We do need the old van, though. So we can just throw them in the back.
Yes. Boy, I don't know why that just brought this to mind when me mentioning the Disney bat race. Because you're the only person I know who's done
I've done
a legitimate. I mean, now granted, when you're a kid, you always do stupid stuff like that, where you spin around and see how far you can run, whatever.
I did
You did a legitimate one at the minor league ballpark.
At the minor league ballpark in front of, I don't know, a couple thousand fans.
10 years ago?
Probably about that, yeah.
Steve in his early 20s?
Early 20s. Might have been late teens.
If you get asked this April to go out there, hey, we want to do another, monkey poop night. Get the whole crew out there. The whole gamut.
Yeah.
And we need you to do the Disney bat race.
So they basically say, we need a clown.
Yes.
Will you be our clown?
Yeah, and we all know the other monkeys way too wealthy to agree to that.
Right.
They're going to be sitting in the box, being waited on. Mm-hmm. So you're one of the lucky ones. You're going to be called upon by this minor league organization to, and I don't say that disparagingly.
No.
To
not at all.
Do the Disney bat race. Late 30s Steve, mid 30s Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree to do the Disney bat race after having done it once 10 years ago?
Absolutely.
Because you were suckered into headfirst sliding.
Into second.
Into second base.
And I know that a lot of people, you may think like, oh, well, it's dirt, it's sand, it's no big deal. But when you're down on a professional level field, it's not like sandbox sand. It's not like you're at the beach. No. I mean, it's small pebbles of gravel.
Yeah, it's meant for traction for feet, like for people wearing cleats.
And I was wearing like brown plaid cargo shorts.
And like a pair of Vans.
And a T-shirt that they gave me to wear because it had the sponsor on it, which might have been a XXL. Now, granted, I wasn't in the best shape back then, but the video of this, it looks like...
Is it still out there?
It definitely is, but it looks like I weigh 350 pounds.
We need to post this to our social medias as we talk about it, because I believe I was there that night watching this.
How were you? You were one of the adoring... fans.
I was there for the baseball. You bunch of yahoos were interrupting my scouting report on the low A baseball players I was actually there to see.
Right. Okay, I think I might have found the video. Oh, no image, original image no longer available.
So the image is there, but the YouTube video is still available, yeah.
Okay, so should we watch this real quick?
I think we should. Do you have the audio pulled up?
Yeah.
Now, do you think back then, 10 years ago, you think your cohorts were swearing on the mics?
I don't know. I don't think so. No, this would have been a family event. No chance.
Do we want to play this for other reasons? We'll post the video.
Yeah, we'll post it up.
If you want to watch it, seek it out. It'll be on our social medias. But if you want to just mute it and pull up to the part where you slide.
It doesn't. Yeah. Hold on. Let's see. Look at that. Look at that beefy man.
Look at that head of hair.
not.
Because now I feel like I haven't seen you. That's the screen grab.
That is the screen grab. I mean, conservatively,
if you had to guess, compared to right now, granted, 10 years ago, and a wife and a child,
yeah,
pound weight difference between that screen grab and right now.
Now,
granted, you said the shirt.
I want to give myself benefit of the doubt and say that the shirt, it's a light colored shirt. It looks like the wind might be catching it. I hope.
Yeah. I don't know. It looks like from that screen grab, looks like a pretty still day.
It looks like.
Now, did you do, and you might not remember this, and now it's just on a still picture, but every time, we've had this conversation when it comes to like a leaf blower. Mm-hmm. If a man holds a leaf blower,
you got to rev it.
He's got to rev it. Yeah. Steve, you with that baseball bat, I'd be willing to bet you sat there and not full swings, but you took kind of those fake partial swings,
check
like
swing,
you were,
check swing. Well, let's see, yeah.
Whereas I could see Joe,
see,
I could see Joe not knowing what to do with
it. Doing the thing like where you kind of grip.
Yeah.
Look, I'm spinning it.
Did you ask for batting gloves? Maybe
I did not. But look, I remember those brown cargo shorts, the brown plaid cargo shorts. They were not a great look.
Good look. I love them still.
Not a great look.
You still have them, you think?
No. I can't. I guarantee I do not have them.
You think Annette threw them out when you weren't watching?
I'll give myself credit. I'm pretty sure that I got rid of them before.
Now, this might have been, was this like early season? Because Joe's wearing the baggiest of jeans and a long sleeve shirt underneath the XXL t-shirt they gave you.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it. All right, so here we are. We're spinning and
spinning. So now, if you've ever been to a baseball game, you know part of the joy about the Dizzy Bat Race is the guy counting the spins gets distracted.
Exactly.
And he doesn't count to 10 properly.
And then there's the mascot that's running the opposite way that you're spinning to make you all kooky.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, boy, there we go. Oh boy, I'm getting a little wobbly there. The bat's not really staying in the same spot.
Nope, you're struggling.
Yeah.
Now, granted, this is definitely like 360 on Steve Stout. I don't remember that.
Oh, I do.
You made it a foot away from the circle,
and then
fell right into the base path.
Yeah, right into the dirt. Okay, so I'm laying on the ground for a minute. Joe's
moving.
Joe's doing that thing where he's taking a really wide turn. Okay,
so Steve, you got your bearings around you.
Did you notice how wide of a turn I took?
Yeah, you hung them.
I mean, I might be 35 feet. I'm closer to the dugout than I am to the base path.
Yeah.
Because this is the base path up here.
Yeah,
First base
and so you want to stay close to the dirt, and you are right now. You're at the dugout.
I'm at the little.
You're behind the coach's box.
Yeah, the coach's box. That's what it's called. All right.
Now Joe's on the base path, so he has to come back out. But by you hanging that wide of a turn initially, though, you set yourself up for that barrel at the first base path.
Yeah.
To where you could cut it tight.
Yeah.
Because you had your bearings about you. I'd be comfortable saying halfway down the first base path.
I feel like that. That. Okay, so at this point, this is when Freebeer was he was the monkey on the mic yelling, "Dive, Steve!"
Yeah, like making it seem like maybe it was close, maybe, or that you needed to do. Or, hey, just put on a show, and you're the new guy, so you're going to be bullied into doing what you need to do here.
Now, I want you to rate my slide into second base. You being a sportsman.
Yeah. Now, granted, what you're talking about with that gravel, I have played softball for a handful of years, and anybody who has or been on those type of fields and has slid even leg first, it leaves a horrible road rash on your leg, on your calf.
It's awful.
That does not clear up very quick.
It's awful. Okay, so here I am. There's Joe. Now, Joe was starting at home and running to third, then second. Yep. I was starting at home and running from first to second.
Now, you can see with this still, you're already rounding that barrel.
Oh, yeah.
You're already up.
I'm the flash in the background.
Yeah, you're already up.
The squiggly flash.
And so you're already winning this race by probably 5 feet at this point because you're around the barrel.
I would think more than that because he's not even
not even around the barrel.
At third base yet. Okay,
now, granted, you've got the picture out there warming up. First baseman, they're tired of this already. Again, these are professional athletes drafted by major league organizations, and they're watching a monkey scream on a mic.
And a couple fat guys running around.
And a guy wearing a 3X bank t-shirt with cargo shorts and sandals sprint around his base towards second.
Right, yeah. All right, so here, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm going to rate this.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I need you to rate my head first slide.
Yep. It looks like you slowed down Okay, so I can't even see the base.
And I'm already...
And you're whining. Your arms are behind you. It's like you're about to take, like if you were a kid who said, I can fly. Your arms are where they would start.
It's old school Superman.
Yes.
Like he runs and then swings his arms back.
You're
and then,
you're winding up for this slide.
Yeah. All right. So here we go.
Do you remember, and if I can take you back, do you remember when you decided, and now he's screaming it at you on the microphone.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you said, I'm going to do it? Because I still wouldn't do it.
It was a last minute decision.
Right. And it should be.
100% last minute decision.
You're not a baseball star, with a ton of experience, let alone head first sliding.
Right. So here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Okay, the wind up.
The arms.
Okay, the arms are way back. So you're swinging these things.
No one has ever slid like this.
This is like if you were jumping rope in reverse.
That is such an accurate description. So again, I'm still at least 10 feet from the base.
You're not close. You're to the point where, in a comedy movie with Rob Schneider, he would slide and the camera would just show it so that when it rotated, it would show him 3 feet away, and then someone would walk up to him and tag him on the head.
All right, so at this point, my arms are straight back.
Yeah, I don't even know if I could do that today. Just that motion. I feel like I would hear a shoulder crack.
All right, you ready for the big moment?
Oh!
The crazy thing is, for as early as I started the slide, I kind of just belly flopped on the second base.
So this screen grab right here, that looked like...
All right, we got to see this again at full speed.
First of all, Joe's running. I have no idea how he would consider that any... Whoever, it feels like at that point, whoever taught him how to walk let him down.
Here we go. All right.
So you initiated slide 5 feet from the base, and you ended the way you look, post-coital, sweaty, and you just lay down on your stomach.
I ran up. I ran for about 5 feet with my arms directly behind me, and then I just switched positions and kind of belly flopped and landed directly on the base.
There hasn't been a pin like that since Yokozuna on Lex Luger.
Here we go.
Ugh. So you ended up, with all of that wind up, you somehow ended up initiating the slide too late. Right. And then obviously you're not trained to slide, so I'm not judging that. Right. Because, hey, you got to the base. You could have ended up short.
Look, so, I don't see an umpire calling me out.
It's amazing because I would think, the way I see baseball players slide, man, it's so graceful, and they slide over the base, but they keep their hand on it. And I look at it, and I watch a replay like, oh, that idiot got his hand off the base. What a loser.
All right, so now the time has come for you. If you want to see it, I'll give you...
Yeah, give me one more.
Here we go. This is full speed. I'm just kind of trotting.
Yeah, you are.
And...
There's no way you didn't end up with sand in your mouth.
Oh,
I saw the way you hit, your head bobbed, and there was...
I forget which elbow it was, but one of my elbows was just raw. Oh. It was completely raw from the slide.
Steve, I'm gonna cut you a little slack here. I don't think that's... Now, granted, the way it finished, the way it looks, with, again, you laying like you just had a strong workout on top of the base.
It's so crazy because, like you said, when you see a professional do it,
they
slide, and then they go past the bag, and then they come to a soft stop.
And it's amazing because sometimes they'll stand up with barely dirt, and they'll just brush it off like it just grazed their jersey. But you ended up with a busted elbow on your 3XL bank shirt that you couldn't even take home because it was ripped.
No, they made us give them back.
What?
We didn't even get to keep them.
What kind of poverty organization does that? They shoot those things out of cannons at all those events, and, kids want them. Steve, that is... I'm going to... 5.5 out of 10.
Hey, that's not so bad.
No, now listen.
Are you sure? Are you sure you want to do 5.5?
Give me one more time. Oh, God, your head. That feels like concussion territory.
I think you're being a bit generous.
But, well, again, the video will be posted on our. We'll send it on our social medias. Please tell us what you think in terms of rating. If you had to rate Steve's slide into second, his head first slide coming up on the. Does it have the year on that, like in that article there?
Let me see. This looks like it was posted on.
Does not even say.
Does not say. Hold on, I'll be able to figure out.
Yeah, the YouTube video will have it. But anyway, we're well over 5 to 10 years ago at this point.
I think April
2011.
2011, yeah.
So you know what we're coming up on?
The big 11.
The big 11-year anniversary.
Just 3 months away. Do you think they'll let us go out there and
recreate it? Do we need to do a slide off? Like each you and I will, we can even, if you want the bat, get a hit. No fielders. But we'll run around first and slide into second.
But I need to find a pair of brown plaid cargo shorts.
No problem. Goodwill will have them. I can almost promise you.
They're still sitting there.
For 9 years, those have been sitting there, almost guaranteed.
So I'll get a triple XL, any bank shirt, go into any bank anywhere.
Yeah. Just go to the local hockey arena and say, hey, do you got one of those garbage giveaways from such and such institution?
You can shoot it at me with a cannon if you want.
Yep, if it makes you feel better, go get the guy in a costume on skates, have him launch it 300 feet in the air. I'll go beat out a child for it.
All right, so the first annual Steve and Kyle Spring Slide Off.
Coming this April.
I love it.
And there's no, in a million years, they wouldn't let us on the field to do that. But boy, I feel like that would almost be kind of the way. I don't want to do the dizzy bat part. I hate being dizzy. Yeah. I despise it.
Yeah, it's not the best.
And so that's what's so amazing about watching my son, who loves it and enjoys it, being dizzy and that feeling and doing it to himself. Me, I can't think of anything worse. Can't think of anything worse.
How did we get on this topic?
It was from the intro. It was something about how we're going to hit two people in the head with a bat.
Oh, sure.
To bring them to the studio so they can sit in.
Sure. So I think that it's worth noting we're considering our official first episode from APS 4.0. Even though we've done 3 or 4 in here already, this is our first official one.
Yes.
We have moved in. The decorating is complete. Waiting on a couple pieces of equipment, but nothing that would hold us up from doing this episode. What do you think?
This is it, man. This thing looks incredible.
Turned out okay, right?
Now we're a couple lockers and like a beer keg short of it being a man cave. And do you think we could fit a golf simulator?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, maybe those don't take... Maybe just a putting simulator.
Maybe a putting green. Like one of those that they sell. I saw one of the people who shared in the Winter Solstice gift exchange got a potty putter.
A potty putter?
So it's you sit while you're sitting on the toilet, and it's got a little green that you roll out, and you can practice your putting while you're sitting on the toilet.
Let's see. But see, the problem, do they make them... Because in our bathroom is like long and the toilet's on the end, and I would have to putt lefty.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to do that.
No.
Yeah, so you have to sit backward.
Or just remodel the bathroom. Move the toilet.
Much easier. Just move the toilet to the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're in here. It feels good. Do you want to point out the new sound panel that I added?
Yeah, so when I was in here last week, we had all of and we will do a full video. What we're thinking about doing here in the next week or two is we're going to do a live stream with you and I in here.
Yeah, it's going to be a virtual open house.
Yeah.
So all are welcome to attend virtually. Sit in here and, I don't know, just shoot the S for a little while.
Yes.
Give you a tour of the studio, show you all the knickknacks and trinkets that we have in here.
Yeah, and so you had all the sound panel. We had a weird space in between the television and the door.
Yeah, we couldn't really fit a sound panel in there.
So it seems like you fixed that problem this week.
I did.
And also put to use one of your wedding gifts.
Yeah, something that's been sitting in the exact same spot for the last 4 years. Still in the plastic.
I am happy to announce that the Mackinac Bridge, the world's most famous suspension bridge.
I don't know about that. Some would say the Golden Gate.
has made its... it's known for suicides, right? Has made its...
I bet the mighty Mac has ended a life or two.
Is the Golden Gate Bridge... and I'll put this on the poll as well.
The granddaddy of the suicide bridges.
Known for suicides. More than 1,700 people.
All right.
So, I mean, boy, if you want to consider the grandfather of the suicide bridges, that's the one, right?
Yeah.
The Mackinac Bridge, Steve, has made its appearance in APS 4.0 officially.
Yeah. I need you to do me a favor, though, because...
not the way I would have expected.
Well, do me a favor. Can you walk over to it, take it off the wall, and flip it around backwards and look at it?
Yeah, let me do that.
Because it's kind of dual purpose. I mean, it's art, I guess, in the best way that a bridge can be art. But if you pop that off, then just lift it straight up off the nail, spin it around. Yeah, it's...
Oh, good! Hey!
It's dual purpose.
Yeah, there's some fiberglass insulation. That
I needed
just jammed in there.
I needed one more sound panel, and I thought, hey, that'll fit perfectly there. So it's I just took the back, stuffed it with insulation, hung it up on the wall. Now it's hanging. The bridge obviously is a horizontal structure, but in the case of this studio, you'll see it when we post pictures and video. It is vertical. Some would say the best the bridge has ever looked.
I don't know who would have said that. You'd have to, again, tilt your head at a 90-degree angle to see the bridge the way the good Lord intended it to. And by the good Lord, I mean all those people who constructed it however many years ago.
Yeah. Boy. Hey, give me some metal. Okay. Done. Bridge built.
Listen, this thing in its final state, well, no, I shouldn't say final state, but its completed state is as gorgeous as I could have imagined. So yeah, we will do a walkthrough. We've got the Tron, we've got the beautiful timer that initially that Dumbo Trevor.
That's just it's a childish insult, but sometimes the childish insults are the meanest.
That real ogre buffoon Trevor ordered the wrong one.
Yep.
On his own.
Yeah.
And then he had to correct himself. We got the timer up. But yeah, a lot of the trinkets and the memorabilia that have been sent to us over the years is with us now in APS 4.0, as well as some new additions.
Yeah. Officially, things are being displayed. They're not just kind of put on a shelf temporarily.
Yes. Yeah, and... now that we have kind of what it looks like now, you and I mentioned we're going to open the door again to any type of memorabilia or merchandise that you think would fit the aesthetic of APS 4.0.
Yeah.
We are going to be discerning.
We're going to be very, very discerning.
Yes.
We're not just putting any crap up in here.
No. We've got legendary gifts. We've got the shattered glass photograph of the Tuttle family. We've got the purple Plymouth Prowler. We've got the beautiful pencil sharpener from our friend Nikki Constantine.
Thank you, Nikki. The pencils, too. We got all the pencils.
And the pencils. We've got the genuine Italian cookbook.
From Betsy Boo.
We've got the Cliffy bobblehead that I had signed at the local comic convention. The Cheers sign. There's a Second Chance Jeeps wood thing. Mm-hmm. There's a metal cutout. And we talked about this when I walked in. I'd love to know who made that for us.
Yeah, I forget who made that. If you made the, I'm assuming it's like a laser cut Stephen Kyle APS sign. It's a round sign, painted black. We have that hanging up in here. It's just all of this stuff has just been sitting in a couple of boxes in a closet, just waiting for this day. So yesterday was finally the day that I was able to unpack all of it, put it all up around the studio.
Yeah,
and, man, I love it. It feels like home. Feels so nice to be in here.
Some really neat shelf. The bars that are holding the shelves up. I don't know what I call it. Like the brackets. Pipe. Yeah, some black pipe. But yeah, this thing is as of now, it's complete. It's gorgeous. We'll give everybody a video walkthrough where we can show you around here very soon. Probably not this week, so we can actually talk about it on an episode on a date and time. So stay tuned for the following week. It'll be a night. We're not going to do like a Saturday morning, but yeah, we'd like to do a live stream on a Friday or Saturday night so we can watch, so we can enjoy, have a few drinks, and talk to everybody who's on the live stream.
Yeah, we'll post that on social media at some point this week. So if you want to RSVP to it,
yes,
that would be awesome. But now's the perfect time to announce that we're actually going to be moving out of this house. Yeah, not a big fan of where we live. So.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That's the way you do things. You're full of the what is the expression? Wanderlust.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't stay in one home in a suburb too long.
No.
So while most people have that feeling, that wanderlust for adventure and hey, I need to go hike, the Australian outback. You just want to move to a different suburb.
Maybe the same suburb.
Yeah, just see a different home and live in it and make yourself go through with the move.
So if you could help me move one more time, I just need your help on two things: the bed,
sure,
and the countertop.
What would I rather help you with? Like if I had to pick this or the bed, I think I choose the bullet.
Oh, okay. So you're going to commit suicide.
I don't remember a worse moving experience in my life than that GD bed.
Yeah, but which end of it was worse? Was it getting it out of the old house or getting it into the new house?
Man, getting it out was initially very, very bad.
Because we had to lift it over a railing and
it was a winding staircase type of thing. And then we made the idiotic assumption, I believe it was said out loud, well, at least the hard part's done. And it wasn't.
No.
Because the worst was yet to come. To where you had to knock a chunk out of a wall.
I did, yeah.
To fit this bed around a corner. Mm-hmm. And I believe I told you in that basement that when you leave this house, this bed stays.
Yeah.
I'm not helping you with this ever again.
Mm-hmm.
So sticking with that because I don't want to be a flip-flopper, I will choose the countertop to help you move based on the assumption that I won't make it to the stairs before it's going to shatter into 1,000 pieces.
No, man, this thing is solid. Solid as oak. Or concrete, I guess.
So this has been, you really buckled down and did a lot of this during your vacation here.
Yeah. Yeah, it was when vacation started. I think the countertop was in here, but I had to build all of the sound panels. I had to move all the stuff in. I had to wire some stuff up. Still got a couple of things from the old studio that are going to make their way in here.
Okay.
But all the major stuff is done. It feels good to finally be in here.
Yeah, there's a few things that you and I want convenience-wise. We were just talking about a trash can type of apparatus.
A trash can that we're going to somehow affix to the underside of this countertop so we can just drop garbage right through it.
We are talking about some type of shelf or cabinet to hold our candy.
Candy dispenser.
And so, there's a few things, just design things that we're going to add. But, so you've been kind of doing a lot of this during your vacation, and that's what kind of led me. I have a few questions for you because you kind of teased it last week as well. So I think what I want to start with is now that the holidays are over, the solstice has come and gone. We are looking ahead towards spring.
Another solstice right around the corner.
Another one. Twice a year they come. I want to... Does it come twice? 3, 4 times?
Four times,
right? 4 times. Is there a summer solstice, or is it just a winter solstice? And
winter solstice, summer solstice,
fall solstice,
spring solstice.
Oh boy!
I know that's when the seasons change. I don't know if it's referred to as a solstice.
Oh no!
We'll put it on the poll.
Yeah, listen.
We'll know for sure next week.
How many solstices are there?
Solstice
are there? Yeah, that makes sense.
By the way, I see you got a plug over there. If you need to, you can just plug it right in.
No, don't mind if I do, Steve. Go ahead. The old Lenovo Think Idea brick.
Think brick.
That's right. And again, we are just as outletted in this studio as we were in the last one.
If you want, you can pass that cord down through.
Yeah, I could. So I wanted to ask you, because you mentioned this, and you mentioned it to me privately as well, even when the lights were up. Mm-hmm. I need to know what you're thinking and why. After all of this planning that went in, mm-hmm. all the money that went in, you said out loud, you're totally changing up the Christmas light get up next year. Revamping. What are you changing? Why are you changing it? What are you thinking?
Well, luckily, you mentioned the money that went into it. There was not a lot of money. It was
$100.
Yes. $100 gave me my entire Christmas light display this year. After receiving the lights, after putting them up, I realized I don't like the design of them.
Meaning?
They have the little clips built into them.
Do you have to use those?
Kind of. I mean, I could have done like an every other. I don't know. I wanted them to look nice and uniform across the roof line, so I clipped them all. But whatever. That didn't take... It took a couple hours. So no big deal. But the lights themselves, the little socket is plastic, but the clip is also plastic. And I broke a few of the clips already just putting them up there, because you have to kind of like pull the clip open, clip it around a shingle or whatever. So a bunch of them already broke, and I got one strand of lights that's half out. And, I feel like I can just do better.
You lost a strand? You lost half a strand?
I lost half a strand almost from day one.
Oh, no.
Yeah, almost from day one.
Okay, so you weren't fully satisfied, but that first night,
it was pretty nice.
You were pretty jazzed, right?
I got compliments from the neighbors.
Okay, not from Annette.
Annette liked them.
Annette
did like them.
Are we inching closer to possibly getting Annette to become a Christmas lady?
Oh no, she's a frost queen.
I can see why your daughter likes Frozen so much.
Yeah. No, I think
if Annette had to pick a holiday,
Annette likes it. Annette loves how the lights look. Okay. Evelyn loves how the lights look. Mm-hmm. That's kind of all that matters. Next winter, I'm going to make sure that baby boy loves how the lights look.
That's right. It is a boy. I don't know if we officially announced it on this podcast. You told me, and it was a video on the side gig as well, that you are having a baby boy.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
June is the due date. Summer baby.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Can't be said enough.
Congratulations, I guess.
It just cannot be said enough.
Will be ready for the Christmas display next year. So you're going to up your game. You're going to change your game. I shouldn't say
I'm going to change it up.
So what are your thoughts? Because as we talked about, you missed the top. You missed the best time to buy Christmas lights, which is the day after Christmas. You missed the second best time to buy Christmas lights, which is Black Friday. Mm-hmm. You still have the third best time to buy Christmas decorations, Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
So we have to wait now. We have a 4-month wait before you and I can actively start searching. What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, the way things are going right now, since we have about a foot of snow on the ground, I don't think that my lights are going to be down any sooner than that anyway.
Right.
Unless I just wanted to grab them from the ground, hook them around the back bumper of the Jeep, and tear across the cul-de-sac.
Yeah. Which, hey, if you don't care about the...
Nah, I'm still... Look, we know we've figured out what the best times are for this, like you just recapped.
Yeah.
So that also means that I could sell them at a huge profit during the worst time to buy Christmas lights.
Mm-hmm. Which is the first week of December.
Yeah, exactly. Anytime after Thanksgiving.
Some sucker idiot redneck
sap
who, doesn't even have a home wants...
You think a lot of homeless people are decorating for the holidays?
Yeah, decorating the underpasses. Can't plug them in. Overpasses. Sorry, underpasses make a ton of sense, does it? Yeah. Just looking for a plug. Constantly searching.
I don't know. That's the thing. I'm not sure.
Do you still like the white?
I do like the white, but...
So you just want a different style of light that will go up a little differently for you?
I think so. I think I'm going to get rid of the ones with the clips. I might downsize from the big bulbs to maybe the mediums.
Okay, so if I remember right, you got the C7s.
Oh, I got the C7s, yeah.
Okay, C7s are
No. I got C9s.
You got the C9.
C9s, the big
so
guys.
So you're going to go to the C7.
C7s.
Okay, so the C7's like the mid-size. Obviously, the C5, everybody knows. You're going to go with the C7s, which I use on my Christmas tree.
Okay.
Perfect for an inside light.
Bold move. You looking to up your outdoor light game?
Actually, I am.
With some C9s?
No, not white. No, thank you.
I'm sure that you could buy... But, I really wish that my daughter wasn't doing whatever she's doing upstairs right now. Because, boy, is it loud. Really just... I don't think it's picking up, but...
It's picking up in my head.
Oh, yeah.
In my ears.
It sounds like she has drums.
Yeah, maybe she's a burgeoning musician.
Neato.
I am a multicolor guy. Mm-hmm. So now I'm glad you brought that up because I have seen something... in my parents' neighborhood, as I bring Reed over there for daycare once a week, that I love.
What do you got?
And it is single strand, dual colored, red and white. A bright white, which I appreciate. I like the bright white more than the soft.
Huh.
And because you can buy strings of red and strings of white.
Yeah.
But this is the every other.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah?
It's beautiful. And I need about 200 feet.
Okay.
For my backyard. I've decided.
You're doing the backyard.
So I've done my deck for a couple of years with old strands that I've had. This year, I don't know if it was just being on longer because I would leave them on throughout the night some nights. The weather. I had taped the connection shut between the two strands because, water can ruin those, which makes a lot of sense for outdoor Christmas lights.
You think they'd figure out
something better.
Method.
Half of one strand went out.
Yep.
And then Christmas morning, it was a legitimate Christmas miracle. Christmas morning, that half strand came back.
Hey.
By Christmas night, that half was gone, as well as the half from the other strand were gone.
Okay.
So I need to upgrade that, or to update that. And I have thought, I am going to upgrade, and I want to do, I think, my entire back fence.
Whoa, you're decorating the backyard too, huh?
But I want to do my back fence, because you can do it like a slob, and just run a couple 100 feet and then, a 50-foot extension cord and jam it into a door, or you have to run it to where you can trip on it. I don't want to do any of those things. I might go solar.
Now you're talking my language.
I kind of want to go a couple 100 feet. If I can find them red and white dual, it's going to be pretty hard to find. Solar powered, preferably C7s.
Well, you don't need a specific solar powered light. You could just buy the solar panel.
Really? And just so I'd plug the solar panel in like I would plug in the light to an outlet.
Sure.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Huh. You have my attention, Steve. You and I now have.
Good news. We got 11 months to figure this out.
4 until Cinco de Mayo.
That's true. All right, well, I'm glad that we have this all figured out.
But you don't have... So that was my question to you, though. You don't know precisely what you want.
No, I don't really have a plan yet. It's I got a couple months to...
Like we said, plenty of time.
Plenty of time to figure it out.
Wow, okay. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm not disappointed. Mm-hmm. But
you were hoping I'd have schematics already?
No, I feel like you were disappointed with how it turned out for you.
Not disappointed. I think I just realized my true potential. I can do better.
Sure. But that also puts progressing your Christmas Steve game behind a little bit. Because if you're going to be swapping out all those lights,
I don't know.
The idea of adding new doesn't, that's extra. It's extra work. It's extra money. It's all that stuff. So you, maybe the light swap out takes precedence this year.
Yeah, I think it's going to work out okay.
Okay.
I'm not worried about it.
All right.
Not worried.
Well, I love it. Year 2, we get to do the whole thing over again.
Yeah.
We get to plan it all out. But I came into this week, I had multiple questions for you.
Okay. What else?
Let me get to at least the second one before, I just looked at the clock and we've been rambling.
Hey, look at that. Well, that's what happens when you talk about a 11-year-old dizzy bat race.
To set up people coming to the studio.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. I wanted to ask you, by the way. I feel like a couple of weeks I've come over here in a row. Mm-hmm. There's been, now granted, I'm used to the Jeep being in the driveway.
Yeah.
That's what you drive, and that was kind of the trade-off you made to have the Comanche in the garage.
Yeah.
Noticed 2 cars
in
the driveway a couple times.
Yeah.
Granted,
I was wondering if this was going to come up.
Not my business. Has there been an update on the Comanche? Is it taking more space?
No.
Are you becoming, again, and I hesitate to ask, because I portrayed you as this character, as, you know, the cul-de-sac trash.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a stall full of junk? Because you've become a driveway parker.
I guess it depends on...
Oh, no. Oh, Steve.
Your definition of...
Oh, Steve.
Junk.
Steve.
I'm not sure if I'm ready to reveal
what's in there.
What's in there?
Totally fine. Listen, I'm at your house, so it's not my business to pry, but I notice things, and you're not a guy, who's actively choosing to park in a driveway.
Don't like it.
Nobody would.
Don't like it.
If you have a garage,
Don't like it.
And you choose to park in the driveway, we've decided this in the years past. You're garbage.
Yeah.
You're one step above, but it's one of those like half steps that you would make for like a dog. You're a half step above a front yard parker.
Wait, no. I've always maintained that parking in the driveway is perfectly fine.
If you have a garage?
If you have a garage, and what? Hey Siri.
Disagree. I have to disagree with you. If you have an available garage and you're actively parking in the driveway,
you're garbage?
I think you're garbage.
Well, I mean, that's pretty cut and dry right there.
And
so.
I'll put it on the poll. We'll see how this comes out. We've had this podcast per capita has had more garage and driveway and yard and parking polls than anything I could ever imagine.
Maybe say on this one, the final debate has arrived, so they'll know that we won't redo it again.
Do we really want to pigeonhole ourselves though and say
no?
Okay,
put an asterisk next to it or something. There are always, as you know, many projects, many things going on. Mm-hmm. At this time, I feel like I'm not ready to discuss. I would say within the coming weeks.
Okay. Is it now? Can I ask a few questions around it?
You may, and I may not answer.
Is it related to Baby 2?
It is not. Well, I guess technically maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Because when we briefly talked about Baby number 2 and preparations and stuff, you had insinuated, hey, I'm paying for someone to paint. I'm paying for doors and trim.
Oh, yeah. We got doors dropped off the other day. They're out in the garage. So they're... Yeah, but the guy who's going to install them is just coming off of a medical issue.
Yep.
So he's not going to be able to do it for about a month. So they'll be out there. They're not really taking up much space, just kind of tucked in the corner.
Yeah. So, and that's the reason I asked, because you want to change your mind, right? Which you've done in the past.
Yeah.
You've seen with the Christmas lights that you just, hey, we're only going to do this. We're going to do paint. We're going to do trim and doors.
Yeah.
And then you decide, 3 days later, never mind. I want to build a crib by hand,
whittle it out of an old oak.
Yeah. But even that you would probably do in your basement. So that's why in my mind is churning here because you have your basement workshop area.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking this is something with two options. It's either larger than you would be able to do in your basement work area.
Yeah.
Or it's something that you don't want to carry up the stairs when complete or when done.
Yeah. It's
this is a history of the mystery.
Yeah.
And I can't wait because like I said, I've noticed it and I figured that maybe the Comanche, you had to take the top, whatever. Something had happened that you had to expand the Comanche space for now.
No.
Okay.
I don't want anyone getting the false idea that any progress has been made on the Comanche.
Okay, because that was my question.
In the last couple of months.
That was my question because you had been focusing. You did a lot of work down here, a ton of work after the baby. After you found out you were going to have the baby?
Once we found out that Annette was pregnant, a lot of priorities shifted. A lot of things, it was, her business is taking off.
Yep.
She needs more room. I'm in her way.
Yeah.
I had started this project a year ago. So that was kind of like day one when we found out, okay, baby's on the way. We got to start lining everything up, getting everything in order. So that's when I started working on this. We figured out the downstairs bedrooms and paint and doors and trim and everything. So yeah, things have been very fluid.
Yeah. Now, last I believe I took a walk around the Comanche. This was after Chris was with us in October. Mm-hmm. Was that the last time that you did a full walk around and kind of a discussion around the Comanche?
Probably.
Okay, so it's been sitting idle for...
It's been a couple months.
For a couple months. Yeah. So, no, we don't do these check-ins often, but I know some people appreciate it. Do you have a revised, updated, changed timeline on anything of when you want that thing on the road?
Nope. I am not update. I'm not going to pigeonhole myself again.
You've got a due date in June for baby boy Steve.
Yeah.
Steve Jr. Mm-hmm. SJ.
SJ.
Isn't that a Jeep term?
No.
Not an SJ?
No. There wasn't a CJ, WJ, XJ, MJ, TJ.
You got a T in the family you could... TJ, T Junior? TJ?
Well, I mean, it would have to be me for it to be a junior,
Maybe you
right?
just name him Wrangler. Wrangler Comanche
McKiernan. Boy, it's got a nice ring. I'm going to add it to the list of names that we're considering.
It's already on the poll, and I think it's pretty scientific. If this thing comes in over 50%, it has to make the final discussion of baby name list.
All right.
I'm not going out and saying has to be the baby's name, but it has to be brought up to Annette.
So in the delivery room, when
yes, yep.
Hey, what do you think about Wrangler?
Wrangler Comanche, or I'm sorry, Wrangler Cherokee.
Wrangler. I like Wrangler Comanche.
You like Wrangler Comanche? Yeah. I think if it comes back over 50%, which it will, it has to be brought up at least one time, not in jest.
Yeah.
With what do you think Wrangler's a viable name? And then I need you to obviously report back.
Yeah.
With that response.
Sure. Yeah.
I think most of the fun of this podcast for me lately has been trying to get you to ask and tell Annette stupid things and just to see how she would react.
And me going,
yeah. Texting her right now. We're a step away from having her just come down here and hey, say stupid things about your husband. Is that where we are?
He smells.
Yeah, and then we'll have a sounder. Zippy zaps for Annette's insults towards Steve.
Annette's sick burns.
Because as we've discussed, as you've openly admitted, coming by compliments from Annette are not...
Oh, yeah.
They're not a dime a dozen.
No, she is... she does not play fast and loose with the compliments.
Nope. They're not... They don't... The compliment cup does not overfloweth.
Does not runneth over.
Okay, so no Comanche update. Thank you very much.
Yep.
You have a baby due in June.
I do. Yeah, I have a baby due in June.
Are you? So I'm comfortable saying the Comanche will not be complete before the baby is born.
No, I mean, I don't know. It could drive by then. I may take it for a spin.
You're not putting the pressure on yourself like you had with the studio.
No.
To be fully functional. You essentially have 14 years to get that Comanche done.
Yeah.
So that your daughter can then hate you when you gift it to her as her first vehicle.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I already have it planned out. I'm going to show up at her high school.
Mm-hmm. She walks out with her boyfriend or girlfriend, hand in hand, excited.
Yeah, and I'm going to have a big bow on it.
Mm-hmm. And then she's going to scream, Dad, I don't even know how to drive a manual.
Yeah. As she gets into her boyfriend or girlfriend's hover car, flies into the future.
Yeah, your car is technically illegal by that point because of the gas.
It's an internal combustion engine. It's going to have those QQ license plates on it that say that it's historic.
Yeah, but mandatory. Yeah. Not because you want it classified that way, but because the government then mandates.
Not because I'm taking it to the car show.
So that way all of the batteries that come flying by you, because they're not even going to be cars, people are just going to be sitting on batteries that project them, can flip you off as they eat your black smoke.
Yeah. Should we get to... we did get one... I stopped by the P.O. box earlier in the week. Noticed that we had a little something in there.
I'm a little bit tempted to save it. We briefly discussed this off air, that it's a big one for us next week.
Yeah. But I also want to know what's in there.
I know. It's episode 300. 100 next week.
But for a podcast who has never cared about numbers...
Yeah, we blew past 250. We had plans
we did.
For 250. Plans. Now, granted, I believe, didn't 250 fall... Was it around the time of my heart surgery?
Well, it would have been 50 weeks ago.
So it was after that.
No, we were just lazy.
Yeah, but even so, that was late January. I mean, to be fair, we didn't know when we were coming back after my surgery. We didn't know what episode number would be when we returned.
There are so many unknowns with this podcast.
Yeah.
That's why I think we need to open it today. Because you never know when it could be the last episode.
You know what this means, though, is that we need mail by next week. Because if we want to
somebody send us
do some fan service episode like our friend Chris had had suggested, and we enjoyed.
Well, for the live stream, the virtual open house,
yes,
I'm hoping that there will be an interactive part of it. Yeah, we'll be able to talk to people. Yeah,
I think we'll do it live on. What did we do in the last YouTube? Right?
I think so.
Or no, did we do a live Zoom?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll figure it out.
We'll do something.
We're
going
to get all of this figured out, but first.
Hey folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14. Dear Pig.
Bum, bum, bum. All right, so I stopped by the P.O. Box. By the way, if you want to send something, the address is in the description of this podcast. Just a business envelope, I believe, from the great state of...
Michigan.
Great state of Michigan.
Right in Lansing.
Our nation's capital. Our nation's capital, Lansing, Michigan, the Windy City.
I will take out and use... Now, this is handwritten, hand-stamped envelope. I'm going to use our delightful, personalized letter opener that we received from our friend Will Egan some time ago.
Thank you, Will.
Lovely. Oh, man. I don't know if I should ever open an envelope normally again.
No, never.
Because you get that... You can get a cut... It's all, and then next thing you know, if you're not going to be straight, so you're ripping down the back of the envelope. I'm a man who cares about envelope integrity. So if you're ripping it down the back like some buffoon, you look like a garbage person who's like a 3-year-old opening a present.
And then sometimes there's the people that you see that take the envelope and they just rip the end of it off.
Looking at you, my wife. I saw it yesterday.
So you're looking for an apartment today?
I don't know how I'm going to put this on the poll. How should I phrase it? If you open an envelope at the short end.
If you're an envelope end terror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Our what type of insult? Do you belong in prison?
Yeah, fair enough.
And I will, okay, that'll be on, oh boy, I sound really good on this. Nice. I will, that is on the poll as well. Okay, Steve? And that envelope is just a check.
I was gonna say when I got it, it looked. I thought because it's not one of the. It's not a privacy envelope.
Nope.
You can see right through that thing, and I looked at it and I thought, boy, it looks like the size of a check.
And this is also not the type of envelope that we've received from our friend Billy Stacks. The type of envelope we've received from our friend Trevor when they sent bank issued checks to us. This is a run of the mill. Business envelope. So I will open it. I do not know. Oh, there is a note on the front. Let's read the note first, Steve. Open it and just rip the check. Stickiest sticky note of all time. Steve and Kyle, thanks again for being a part of our show. Encloses a check for the amount received in extra listeners for episode 26.
Hey, so this is from our friend Tony.
Hashtag worth it. Tony Rodabaugh, asterisk, don't spend it all in one place. My friends at There Is a Better Podcast. He couldn't even get decent stationery. He used some student loan sticky note.
So this is a check. So they have somehow quantified
the listeners' gain from our appearance.
Okay.
On episode 26, which if you want to go back, that is There Is a Better Podcast with our friend Tony Rodabaugh, as well as again, wherever you can find your podcasts, There Is a Better Podcast. So let me flip open this check.
I can't wait. Are you going to hand it over to me? Or are we going to do high or lower? Or are we going to do like hot and cold?
Do you have a guess?
Let's see. It was episode 26. So I'm thinking $26.
Would you believe me if I told you the postage costs more?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I would believe you.
Steve, there's the check I present to you from our friend Tony Rodabaugh.
48 cents.
Huh?
Finally, someone has quantified our value.
Perfectly as well.
Yeah. 48. Do we cash this?
No, I
we
think
just
we donated it to Cure for the Cure. So whatever charity we pick has to decide what to do with that, and is it even worth it?
Yeah. Poor Tony. This is really going to screw him up when he's balancing his checkbook.
Yep. When we get back to you in June or July, whenever the Cure for the Cure is.
Do people still balance their checkbooks?
Yeah, my mom.
Like,
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand why. It's
like, does she have a balance the checkbook day?
I don't know if it's a day, but it's still fascinating to me. Yeah. Like, just check to make sure there's no charges that you're unfamiliar with.
Right, yeah. That's all.
Why do you need to balance it? Like,
so she'll sit there and be like, man, I'm missing $4.19.
Yeah, and I'll never understand why. Like, granted, 20 years ago, that made a lot of sense.
Yeah. You had no other way
kind
to do
of,
it.
if you cared that much, if you cared enough, sure. But now, no. It's all online. All you need to do is verify, hey, I didn't spend $8,000
right.
at Saks, New York.
Yeah.
That's fraud. Most of the time, the bank notices that before you even do.
Yeah, exactly.
Other than that, what is the purpose of balancing it?
You're
just making sure that nobody took more money than they were supposed to?
Yeah. Sure.
Huh. Boy. Well, that's viewer mail time.
Thank you very much, Tony.
Thank you.
And
very much,
your
Tony.
Cohorts, whose names
it is a big day.
I do not remember.
Yeah, no, Tony and
other guy.
I believe if you go to the show description, it says Tony and the gang. Hey, before we get out of here, and we're about to lose my brother.
Oh, apologies to Robert.
We have a few minutes. We have started the Great Steve Adventure of 2022.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about you having another kid.
No. That's nothing.
That's nothing compared to what we're doing here. And if we play our cards right, you'll be wrapping this adventure up right around the time that you have your second child.
Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't have a lot of time for this, so if you miss a week around the birth of your child, not the greatest, but okay. But today we begin, Steve, your adventure through the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
MCU, they call it.
Starting with 2008's Robert Downey Jr. led Iron Man.
Yeah, so what we decided was, I think there are 27 movies. 26, 27 movies?
My very quick Wikipedia check said 27.
Okay.
It's going to be around there. I don't know if that one counted the Spider-Man movies, which have come out, which they are part of the Marvel Universe. So we'll get a final count, but it's around there. Now, anybody who wants to enjoy this, the list is easy to find.
Yeah.
It's in order. And I can tell you for week 2, Steve, you will be watching The Incredible Hulk.
Okay.
Which is also from the year 2008.
Big green guy, right?
Starring Edward Norton. Big angry green guy.
Big muscles.
My son's favorite.
Okay.
For a minute, which is what kids do.
So what we decided was once a week I would watch one of these movies, and then at the end of the next episode, I'm basically going to give like a 1-minute recap, kind of give my thoughts on it.
Yep. Do we have any fancy production value? Yes.
We have plenty. There are plenty of things that I can get to. Should we just start it? Should I get right to it?
Let's just start it. I can't. I'm always excited for production value,
okay.
Steve.
All right, so Tony Stark, he runs Stark Industries. What they do is they build bombs and missiles and weapons and everything. Well, he is trying to woo the government into a big contract, so he goes over to the desert to shoot off some missiles and make everybody really impressed. Well, they're really impressed, so they're like, yeah, we're going to buy them. But then, on the way back, he gets kidnapped.
Got a long way to go.
He gets kidnapped, but then the kidnapper puts him in a cave with this doctor who saved his life by turning his heart into this big glowing thing that runs off of a car battery. But the bad guy says, hey, you build us a bomb like the ones you designed, we're going to let you out of here. And he's like, okay. So they give him all the tools, and then he starts to build a bomb, but instead of building a bomb, he builds an Iron Man, and then he blows them all up.
Just like that.
Flies home, and he says, you know something? I don't want to build bombs anymore. I want to do good. Oh, no. So he decides that they're not going to build bombs anymore, but instead they're going to do good stuff. So he builds a better Iron Man and is like, yeah, watch this. Flies back around the world, finds the guy who finds the guy who kidnapped him, and says, ha, I'm here to avenge you or make you pissed at me or something.
Yeah, one of those two.
So he blows all of them up and then flies back home. And then he gets double-crossed by the guy who was like his main confidant.
Obadiah Stone.
Oh, I couldn't remember his name was.
That's why I'm here for you.
I thought it was Bohemian.
Bohemian Steve.
So he finds that Bohemian, he was the one that ordered the hit on Tony Stark with the bad guy around the world. Yeah, crazy, right? So then Bohemian decides to build a bigger Iron Man suit, and then the two Iron Mans fight it out at the end. But guess what? Tony Stark prevails.
Hey.
Mix in a little sexual conflict or sexual uncomfortable nature.
Yeah,
with
there was some definite chemistry.
With
Pepper Potts.
Pepper Potts, the woman who runs the vagina website, whose name I can't remember.
Gwyneth Paltrow runs the vagina website.
And that is Iron Man.
Now, did you stick around, Steve, for the post-credits scene?
No.
Okay, you need to go back.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I should have told you in advance. No, granted, you're streaming, so you can just fast forward.
Yeah.
We're not in the day and age where you need to sit in the
Do I got to
theater.
do that for every one of them?
Most all of them, yeah. Okay. There's a post-credit scene that sets up the next movie or the next series. Boy, nail on the head, Steve. Bohemian, double-crossed.
The lady who runs the vagina website.
The lady who runs the vagina
what
website.
Is her name?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow, that's it.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much. That is the first.
That's Iron Man.
In the series of Steve's movie reviews. Maybe we'll up the production a little bit for next time.
Nah.
That is a beautiful...
Did I get it? I got pretty much all the main points.
You got the essence. Yeah. Okay. So, Steve...
Maybe I'll have to... I think I'll have to go into less detail in the future.
Well, maybe. So, it's so hard... And I don't know how because it's so easy to devolve into recap.
I know it's just,
rather than review, because a lot of the review has to do with the recap and this happened and I thought this, but then you end up just explaining a movie.
I never remember anyone's names.
Okay, but here is the official question: what is the rating of 2008's Iron Man 1?
My rating. Now I had seen that one before, so I was familiar with a lot of it.
How long though?
2008. I don't know. I never see movies when they first come out. I probably saw it in like 2011.
Okay. So 3 years later, you walked into work. Guys, you seen this Iron Man?
All right. So I will say that I will give it about that.
That is 1 2/3 thumb.
It's, like 1 thumb up. And the other thumb is probably at if it's a clock, like 9:30.
Okay, so 1 thumb and 9:30 is the official ranking from Steve for 2008's Iron Man.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment.
I can't wait for next week because
what am I watching again?
The 2008 The Incredible Hulk, starring Edward Norton.
Oh, from American History X.
Liv Tyler. From Armageddon.
From Steven Tyler.
Yep, literally from the loins of Steven Tyler and a lover. I have no idea if Liv Tyler's mom... There's no way Liv Tyler's mom is still with Steven Tyler. Steven Tyler's not a guy who's only been married once and been married for like 40 years, right?
I think that's safe to say. Yeah, Big rock star.
Liv Tyler's mom, B.B. Buell... That's a name? An American model and singer, Playboy's 1974 November Playmate of the Month. She's now 68.
That is B.B. Buell.
Never married, it doesn't look like, to Steven Tyler.
Okay.
Biological father is Aerosmith frontman Steven Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
Legally adopted father? Todd Rundgren.
Huh. The bang on the drum all day guy.
So B.B. Buell couldn't help herself when it came to weird-looking, semi-talented musicians. So yes, next week is 2008's The Incredible Hulk, starring Edward Norton, notorious for production issues because Edward Norton was notoriously, it is difficult to work with.
Really? Okay.
And he had a lot more control than Marvel was comfortable giving.
All right.
So this movie, wouldn't call it a mess, but yeah, it's not the most highly regarded and fully ignored Marvel movie.
Look, I think you're throwing some
universe.
Spoilers out.
I'm sorry.
But
Edward Norton as the Hulk next week.
I'm roughly 4% of my way through the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah. I mean, early impressions. You're pretty happy with the building that's going in the world. You have to go upstairs right now.
Yeah.
And you have to turn on that post-credit scene.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
It's like 15 seconds. It's
All right.
very, very quick.
Yeah, because I watched the credits roll, but then there's the little thing that pops up that says skip credits. I'm like, yeah. All right. Well, there we go. At Steve and Kyle, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're going to post these reviews on a regular basis.
Yes, there's video of this. It'll be on our socials as well as make sure to check that out for recap to watch along live with Steve's 2011 Dizzy Bat Race.
Yeah, I forgot about that. All right, so we will be back next week. Check social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for the details on when we're going to be doing the virtual open house here in APS 4.0. We want you guys to all be able to take it in, see how lovely it looks in here. We're extremely happy.
I mean, very early report. Very early. We're probably looking at the weekend of 21 or 22. Mm-hmm. One of those evenings we'd like to do.
Yeah.
So be sure to cancel any family plans or any outdoor plans so you can hang out with us on live stream and enjoy in the new studio with us.
At Steve and Kyle, again, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We will talk to you next week.